Ja, verehrte Teil, liebe Brüder, liebe Schwester und liebe Freunde, Freundinnen von ERB, das ist wirklich eine sehr
Dear brothers and sisters, dear friends of the EIAB,
heute ist der
this is really
Donnerstag,
a very
9.
unusual
April
situation.
2020. Das
Now,
ist der erste
today
Vortrag von
is
unserem
the
Osterpräsident.
Thursday, the
Und
9th of
normalerweise haben
April
wir
of
hier
2020, and this is the
200
first Dharma talk of our
Freude,
Easter
Freundinnen
retreat.
mit den Kindern.
And
Und
normally
diesmal
we
sitze
have
ich
here
hier
about
und gebe einen Vortrag.
150
Vor mir steht ein
between
Mann
150
und
and
der
200
Dr. Meister
friends
heute
with their
ist
children.
und
But
wir
now,
geben einen
today, there is
Vortrag
only
und
me. I'm
sehr
giving a Dharma
öffentlich
talk. In front of me, there is a
und
cameraman.
aber für
And
uns alle, es ist
there is
eine
me and Taifab An, and we are
herausfordernde
giving a
Zeit
talk
und
by,
Situation. Und
and
niemand
this is
von
a very
uns
unusual
hätte sich
situation,
träumen
but for
lassen,
all of us,
dass
it
wir
is a
jeweils
challenge
in
in
eine
these
solche Lage
times
kommen
and in this
würden.
situation, and none of us
Aber das
would
ist
have
auch eine
imagined
sehr
that
lehrreiche Zeit für
we
uns.
would
Diese
get into
große
such a
Unsicherheit,
situation. But
körperliche
it is also a very
Bewusstsein
instructive
und
time, a time full of
Angst
lessons
vor
for us. This
äh,
great
Gefahr
uncertainty of our physical awareness
Corona-Virus
and
und
the
starke globale
emanating
Berührung
danger, the
zu
danger
und berührt
of
jeden
the
von uns
coronavirus
sehr persönlich,
and the
weil auf der
strong
ganzen
global
alle Probleme
disruptions
von der
touch all of us. The global disorder on a very personal basis, and suddenly we all have to handle all
Wir
problems,
haben Angst vor
and we are confronted,
von
and we have got to face these problems. Every awakening, first of us, scares us. We are afraid of what we don't know, of unexpected situations, of changes. And suddenly everything is new. We are losing our the things we are used to, and also our control. And we are afraid of losing control, uncertainty, fear of the future. We are afraid of insolvency. We are afraid for our existence. And also there are unused and unknown situations. We've got to work from home, and suddenly we have to live with everybody under one roof in a very small space, and we may have many conflicts with our partners, with our kids, with the people we live with, and we may have sorrow and fears of the unknown, of falling ill, maybe of death. And in this time where every one of us may be full of desperation, of fury, and we may be irritated, and many people are lonely as well. We have to come back to our home. We've got to live alone, and this is we are without contact, without being able to communicate with others, and everything is strange for us and foreign to us. And we clearly see that in this situation, the practice of mindfulness is an absolute necessity for us in this reality where we exist. And on the other hand, and we've got to get to the other side of the river, so to say, and this is the mindfulness which will help us if we think about the effects of the COVID virus, then we see the deep truth and the fact that we are deeply connected with each other and with the whole of mankind. And this is really so true in this situation. We exist. We do not exist alone, as our teacher said, but we exist in connection with the other man. Health and the well-being, safety, and the freedom of damage of the others are also mine. We are. And we should use this time by intensively caring about our mental health, our confidence, and our equanimity, and we've got to do everything to overcome this crisis as a community, as a society. Every one of us has now the possibility and the opportunity to contribute to this, and at the end we will get out of this crisis strengthened, and this is what we wish to do and to achieve in this retreat. We have to develop strategies to get well through this time and to strengthen our well-being. If there is a big difficulty like the corona pandemic which spreads, it is important to use our inner strength, and now is the time to slow down, to come to a stop, to think and to find wisdom and care for ourselves and for other beings. Tai, our teacher, our master Thich Nhat Hanh, said, if the crowded Vietnamese boats full of refugees were met by storms or pirates, and everybody would have been lost if they had panicked, but if there was just one person on the boat who stayed calm and focused, then this was enough, and it showed a way for everybody to survive. So in these difficult times we've got to learn this, we've got to be this person, and we've got to develop this inner strength and to build this inner strength and train it and cultivate it. And the Easter retreat is an opportunity for us to cultivate this strength within us, and we wish everyone that together, hand in hand, we can participate in this retreat from the bottom of our heart, and we do everything to practice in this retreat so that we are the person on this boat who can guide this boat. And at this point, at this time, a lot of us are under quarantine, and when you're under quarantine, suddenly everything is different. Suddenly you live for weeks in one place, always with the same persons, together with them. In these modern times, we have less points of contact. Most of the time we get out of the other people's way, and avoiding other people seems to be easier than in former times. If you look at the children, every child has got its own room, and they retreat to their rooms. And quite often you have companies where everybody has got their own office, a small office, and the people also work alone. And now suddenly we have to be together under one roof with the others, work with the others, and this is really very difficult. And what's important in these times is that to find out how can we live in harmony with the others and together. We can't go outside anymore. We stay at home. So how, after all, nevertheless, how can we work at home, live with our neighbors and in harmony and enjoy and in peace? And this is suddenly a great skill. The monastics also have to have and practice this great skill. And some of the features of the lives of monastics are, for example, seclusion. we come back, we distance ourselves from the world, we live in silence, and we live simply and in modesty. And then we live together in a very small space. This is typical of monastics. And what else is very special concern for the lives of monastics? It's their structure. That means we've got daily routines and we live in mindfulness. That means we practice mindfulness in a tact. The first points are they are in accordance with the situation in the world. That means seclusion. We retreat. We live simply and in modesty. We don't go to cafes anymore. We don't travel anymore, and we live together in a very small place. And this is what we have in common now with monastic life. And the second and last point we still have to learn. This is we structure our daily lives. We have daily routines in our daily lives so that we have an objective in our life and a solid structure, so that we don't have to get lost. And then about our practice of mindfulness, this is what we also do. And in monastic life, the monks and nuns have a great experience, which I would like to share with you. I would like to share with you our practice of living in a monastery. And by living together in a small space and having these solid structures and these daily routines, and also the practice of mindfulness, we can develop concrete techniques and solutions and exercises. And especially in this particular situation and in this crisis, we could help you with that. So we enjoy the sound of the bell. Now we can relax our body. We are coming back to our breath, and we relax the whole body, and we enjoy the vibrations of the bell. We listen to the sound of the bell from the beginning to the end, and we can close our eyes in order to not be distracted.
Noch ein Charakteristik von einem Mönchleben oder Nonnenleben ist das, wir folgen die
Another feature of monastic life is that we follow the mindfulness exercises, and that is very suitable at the moment. That means I protect myself to protect the others. I protect myself to protect you. That means if we practice mindfulness or the exercises of mindfulness, then I protect myself and also the others. And compared to the situation of COVID-19, I protect myself in order not to catch the virus, and thus I don't pass it on to other people. And this is how we practice this. And normally in the Zen story, there's a story of a father and his daughter, or a granddad and a daughter, and both of them they had a circus in order to make a living, and the granddad, or the father, was on the floor, and on his head there was a stick, and the girl is balancing on the stick, and then at a point they perform this art on the market in order to earn money, to make their living, and then at some time the father or the grandfather says, "Now I am old and you have to look after me, and I will look after you, so that you don't fall down, because if you fall down, then we don't have the money to live on, and if you are injured or I'm injured, then we can't earn any money anymore." But the girl is wise, and she says, "No, this is not good. I have to look after myself, and you look after yourself. When you are on the floor, then you are in a very stable position, and if you walk around, then hold tight so that you don't stumble, and I will be on the stick, and I will be balancing, and I'm going to keep my balance in order so that I don't fall down. That means I will look after myself and you look after yourself." And this is a true wisdom. And in this time, every one of us looks after themselves, and at the same time we protect the others. And the great gift that we give to our neighbors, to other people, is the practice of mindfulness, our smile, our conscious breathing, and we are giving our best to cultivate peace within us, and we also hope to contribute to peace within the community and in the world. And we also should think of the fact that good communication with others is important, and we can contribute to that as well. And our teacher then observed the life of the monks and nuns, and he described the typical steps and daily mindfulness routines, and he wrote them down and recommended them to everyone, because many of our students attended our courses, and then after coming home they had difficulty to organize their daily lives in such a way that they could integrate mindfulness in their daily lives and to keep doing the practice. And our teacher observed all that, and the structure and our daily lives, he observed all that, and then he gave us pieces of advice for our students who are at home. And now I would like to give you these pieces of advice of our teacher. I would like to give these to you, and this is our daily practice of the monks and nuns in the monastery. We structure, how do monks and nuns structure their daily life? How can they integrate mindfulness, practice, silence, relaxation, and work, how can they bring all that into accordance? And today, I would like to give you these various steps, pass them on to you. And now we are starting this practice tonight. Okay? In this Easter retreat, what we've got to learn first during these 3 days, from Thursday evening until Sunday afternoon at least, we have to learn to slow down. Normally in life, we hurry, we run, and we run from one place to the next. But at least in this retreat, during these 3 or 4 days, we are supposed to slow down. And Wilhelm Busch used to say, 1, 2, 3. Time goes by so fast. That means if we are in a hurry, then life is over. We don't enjoy. And now let's take the time for our activities, every activity in our daily lives, starting with walking, eating, cooking, washing our dishes, and all activities in our daily lives. Let's do this slowly. Let's take the time to do it slowly.
Zu Hause, ihr habt nicht diese Glocke. Wir hier in dem Kloster, wir haben das Glück, dass wir
At home, you don't have this bell. We here at the monastery, we are fortunate enough to be able to enjoy many, many sounds of the bell. And every time when we hear the bell, this is an opportunity for us to come back to ourselves, to come to a stop, to a standstill. And we can take a break. We can stop hurrying, advancing from our activities. And that's why I would like to recommend that make a bell. You might get something for every half hour to sound. If you hear a sound after half an hour, maybe when you hear the sound of your telephone, or there is another type of bell, then we come to a standstill. We stop all activities, every movement, and we come to a standstill. And what we do first is that we can close our eyes. We close our eyes in order not to be distracted, and so that at least all our senses close down. We come back to ourselves, and then we can relax our body. Let your shoulders drop your shoulders, and then we take a deep breath, and we follow our breath from the nose through our lungs to our tummy, and we feel our tummy moving, and then we slowly breathe out, and how our belly sinks and our breath streaming out of our nose again. And at the same time, we allow a smile to be present in our faces, and we take a break. This is a break of our thoughts, break of our activities. And so we can interrupt our habits. We keep following our habits, and through this interruption by a sound or by a bell, then we come to a standstill, and we have the opportunity to come back to ourselves and to think about, what did I just do? What is the attitude of my body? Is my body straight? Is it bent? So I might come back to a straight position, and we could also take a look at our activities. What am I doing? Was I in a hurry? Then slow down. When the sound of the bell is over, or when we are in the middle of a conversation, this conversation, does it help me? Does it help the other? And if it doesn't help us, then we stop the conversation, we start anew, or we can observe our thoughts. What was I just thinking? Is this thought negative? Then let go of it. Don't follow this thought. And thus, so with the sound of a bell or another sound, we can interrupt. We can interrupt our habitual energies. And then we start anew. We have a new opportunity to start anew. We start to slow down, and we practice this mindfulness, this slowing down. We start this when we awaken in the morning, and then during the course of the day until we go to bed at night. And the way we walk and we move, stand and sit, we position our body, all this reflects the state of our mind. If we move easily, if we do everything with tenderness, then we will feel different. This is like caressing our mind, and we feel light and easy and relaxed. And there is a professor called Gunther Schmidt, he's a psychologist, and he said, we walk in the same way as we feel, meaning our way of walking reflects the state of our mind. For example, if we don't feel well, if we have negative emotions and feelings, then we are contracting our body. When we are depressive and sad, we are contracting our body. Or when we are irritated and angry, then our movements express this state of our mind. And now he recommends, then let's walk, or let's take a body posture like we would a posture that we would like to have when we feel positive, when we're in a happy and joyful mood. And if we want to reflect a joyful mood, then we have to keep our body in such a way that we express this. We have to have a posture which reflects this joy and happiness. And from this posture, the state of our mind is reflected. Okay. And now I would like to suggest, look after your posture. When you walk, when you sit, and make sure that you always have a straight back when you stand or sit, and your shoulders should be relaxed, and always have a smile on your lips, because this smile is contagious. The coronavirus is contagious, but a smile and laughter and happiness and joyfulness is also contagious. So we are passing this state of mind to the others around us. So this is what we can do and what we should do. Today, we would like to recommend that we, even if you are home, that you should do your own retreat, but we practice together. After this evening, after this Dharma talk, we should have a phase that we call noble silence. We would like to ask you to practice and tell the people sharing your house that you are in a retreat, and please follow the structure of this retreat every evening from 9:30 to after breakfast. We will be in noble silence, and we call this noble silence. And this is not a normal silence. It's not normal silence, but a stillness and silence is very noble and very healing for us. We allow the silence to penetrate into our flesh and our bones, and we allow the energy of mindfulness to penetrate into our body and mind. Maybe we can tell the persons living with us, our partners and kids, maybe we can invite them to practice this with us. And we tell all of them that we are now practicing together noble silence, and everybody can return to themselves, and this is really the time to look after our body and our mind. We relax the body, okay? And we take the time to really see, how am I doing now at this moment? How is my body doing? How is my spirit doing? And maybe before we go to bed, if we have the opportunity, then we could go to the garden, enjoy the fresh air, enjoy the silence of the evening, and look at the sky. Maybe you can see the stars and enjoy them. And after that, we go back to the house, to our room, and we prepare to go to bed. And in this retreat, I would like to invite you, I would like everybody to get a diary, because writing down is very helpful. Writing down things is very helpful. But if you write down your thoughts and your experiences, and this time of the coronavirus is really a unique time. At least I hope it's unique, and I hope it won't return. And we write down, what am I feeling in this time? What is my experience? What are my insights? And let's write all this down, but especially let's have some evening routines, some rituals, and I would like to share them with you as well. Maybe we don't write 10 or 20 pages in our diary, but if we have little time, we could write down the most important points. And what we should write down is to cultivate the good seeds, the positive seeds within us. And this is what I call writing a diary, the evening routine. All monks and nuns practice that. We have a book, especially for the novices, for during 3 or 4 times every novice writes this diary. And now I would like you to get a piece of paper and a pen, And please write down these exercises. And you could really benefit from that. Take advantage from that. And I will do the same. So keep a diary. Okay. So the first point is write down the happy moments of the day. Great things that happened to me today. Maybe at least 3 points or 5 points, please. We are in a retreat, so let's write down 5 things. So catch these happy moments, these moments of happiness, and record them in your memory. And in the evening, write them down in your diary, in your journal. For example, when were you happy this day? What made you happy today? Think about it since you woke up. Was it walking? What made you happy today? Did you notice anything nice today? Did anyone help you with something today? Was anyone kind to you? So these are aids, these questions, okay? So to make it easier for you to remember some moments of happiness. Were you successful with something today? Did you manage to achieve something today? Or was it simply a beautiful day? So please at least write down 5 points. Happy moments of the day. And what good things did I do today for other people? Every small act can create joy. Doing good things for others makes you happy in return. And then we can think about what will we do better tomorrow? What can we make better tomorrow? And what have we learned today? Maybe we were a bit unskillful today, we made mistakes. So what did we learn from that, and what possibilities of improvement do we have? So these are just some aids for your journal, for your diary. And after writing this down, we can turn off the light, and then we can lie on our backs and practice deep relaxation until we fall asleep. And how do we practice deep relaxation? Tomorrow we will have the opportunity from 2 to 4 o'clock, or from 2 to 3:30 in the afternoon. We will have the opportunity to practice deep relaxation. Okay? And tomorrow, the second step, okay, so today we are starting this retreat, and tomorrow morning when we wake up, what will we do? What do the monks and nuns do? And what could you do now at home? We should watch our morning. I'm using the word watch, which means we should live in a mindful way, not just let ourselves, we shouldn't just we shouldn't drift, but we should live very mindfully from the moment of waking up until going to bed, and we start the day in a very smooth way. So we start the day with some gentle breathing. So like the monks and nuns, you could do something that I saw with my sisters, they put a smiley on their bed so that when they get up in the morning and as soon as they open their eyes, they see that smiley and they are reminded of smiling in the morning. So we start the day with with gentle breathing, and when we open our eyes, we see the smiley. Or if we are used to smiling, then we smile automatically when getting up. And don't wait until opening your eyes.
Wir, die Mönche und Nonnen, beim Aufwachen rezitieren wir ein Gatha. Ein Gatha ist ein Vers.
We, the monks and nuns, when we wake up, we recite a gatha. A gatha is a verse that we use to remember the practice of mindfulness. And this gatha for waking up in the morning is like this. I wake up and smile. 24 fresh hours lie ahead of me. I would like to live every moment of the day fully consciously and consider and look at all people with compassion and love. And this is our guideline for the day. We can live our day with a smile and with the will to dedicate ourselves to love and understanding. We are aware that today is a fresh new day, and we have the valuable opportunity to start this day anew. And then, in my case, I practice a morning routine. So this morning you could do a writing meditation. After breakfast you could do it. But if you want, you could start when you're still in bed, do this morning routine. And I would like to ask you to write down again this morning routine. Every morning write down 3 things that you're grateful for and 3 reasons why you're grateful for them. What are you grateful for and why? And then, secondly, how are you going to make this day wonderful? So focus on the opportunities and chances of the day. What would I like to do today in order for this day to be wonderful and nice? Maybe today I would like to be nice to all people, and I would like to be helpful and help everybody. Or I would like to offer and to give a smile to all the persons I meet today, and this will give me joy and the others as well. Or today I try to practice mindful walking. Or maybe we just plan one activity. Today I want to, always before I say something, I would like to take 2 or 3 deep breaths. This is just an example. So the second exercise, how would you like this day, how would you like to make this day wonderful? And then we can get up and maybe this is the practice of many nuns. We are still staying in bed and we massage our body, we wake our muscles up and we massage our hands, our face, we rub our hands, we massage our shoulders and arms and legs before we get up. And when we get up, we do some stretching exercises before we brush our teeth in such a manner that you feel that you're ready for the new day and that you're ready and prepared, that your body is prepared, your mind is prepared for the new day. And it's a routine, a ritual, which I do, which many of us monks and nuns do before we leave our rooms. We prepare a big cup of hot water. We only drink water, without tea, without coffee, to clean our body. And after that, when we do our physical exercises for the back, etc., then this water streams into all parts of our body and all toxic substances will be removed from our body. So all toxic substances can be washed out of our body when we go to the toilet. So don't have any tea or coffee at this point. First, have a glass of hot or warm water and before breakfast we practice. We have practiced our physical exercises, and Thich Nhat Hanh, our teacher, used to recommend, and what we recommend today and what doctors recommend today is that we should sweat every day. In the monastery, the nuns and monks move a big deal, very much. And every morning we have 1 hour of physical exercises, of body exercises, to do some sports. And it is important to circulate our energy, because then we know that the mind and the body are one. In order for the mind to be fit, we have to keep our body healthy. And all tension and negative feelings, all energy blockages can be removed and relaxed by these physical exercises. And in this retreat, during this retreat, every morning, we are going to practice this every morning together with you. We are going to have 1 hour of physical exercises from 6:30 to 7:30. So go to bed early today so that tomorrow morning you can get up on time and do some physical exercises with us. And we will practice some forms of Qigong or Tai Chi. But before that, we will do some warm-up exercises. We are going to relax our muscles, and this will make us sweat as well. And when we do these physical exercises, every movement, we are aware of every movement, and when we do every movement, we focus on our body's sensations, and we focus on our breath, on our breathing. And we will often remind you of your breathing. We will often tell you to breathe in or breathe out, and then you should do that. Breathe in with us, breathe out with us. And this will generate a collective energy, and with this collective energy, we will feel more we will get an impression of supporting each other. Looking after our body is an important practice. We need a healthy body so that in this situation, in this critical situation, we can really face these difficulties and overcome them. And even if our body is healthy, or when the body is healthy, the mind is also healthy. The anxieties and this anger and the frustration can be relaxed, and the blockages in our body can be relaxed and eased by these physical exercises. We have a lot of experience. So many participants who come to our courses, they often tell us that they often don't want to get up, they would like to sleep longer. But if we really make an effort to get up and to do these physical exercises, we will notice that our state of mind is totally different, and we will have a better mood. We will be in a better mood.
Nach diesem Körperübung werden wir dann gemeinsam in die stillen Sitzmeditation kommen.
After the physical exercises, we are going to do some silent sitting meditation first. We will hear some verses for the bell, for the sound of the bell, the morning verses. Morning chant, we call it, to invite the bell. And then we sit in silence. We will sit in silence for 30 minutes, and after that we are going to do the practice of touching the earth. So this will be a text that we listen to, and after that we get up and we will touch the earth to express our gratitude for life, for all the things we have received in life, and for the opportunity to learn the practice and to apply the practice. And then we will start. When you are at home, we are going to start to prepare breakfast. And every step of preparing breakfast we should enjoy, because life only consists of small moments. We should enjoy every moment, not only when we eat, but also when we prepare the meal, when we cook the meal. And we don't need to hurry when we do this. Every one of us, every action that we do, we can enjoy this and do it with love. This is the love that we offer ourselves. When we are in a hurry, we don't offer us love. We need this caressing. If we cut a slice of bread or an apple, then let's do this with a lot of love, with gentle actions, with a lot of tenderness, and let's enjoy every movement like we would enjoy our meal. And when we eat, we don't have to hurry. Let's enjoy the presence of the others at the table. When you are at home and when you have breakfast, we might ask our children or our partner or the persons who live with us to have breakfast with us in silence and to enjoy this, because when we are silent, we can really take advantage of our food and really perceive the taste of every nutrient. It's quite a coincidence that the corona crisis and the quarantine and the confinement, the lockdown, is at the same time as Lent. Lent is the time of renouncing things, and we are tested. We can practice. We can practice doing something. Can we really fast? Are 2 meals per day enough for us? Can we let go of food? Can we do without dinner? Or instead of a whole portion of muesli or bread, can we just have 50%? Half? Can we do without consumer goods? Maybe we can really look forward to having this opportunity to buy less when we go shopping, so that we don't eat so much. And in these modern times, we eat so much. So maybe we might take advantage of this opportunity to lose some weight. So maybe 1 day per week we can fast. Or maybe we could do some interval fasting. That means to do without one whole meal, quit one whole meal. In the monastery, we do the 5 observations of food, which are read to us to remind us of mindful eating. And I would like to read these to you. Maybe you can download these 5 observations of food, and before having one meal, you might practice this with your family. I am now reading the 5 observations of food. The first one is: this food is a gift of the whole universe, of heaven, of the earth, of innumerable beings, and the result of a lot of love and hard labor. May we appreciate this gift in mindfulness and thankfulness. May we may we recognize negative formations of the spirit and change them. For example, our greed, and learn to eat mindfully. May we keep our compassion vivid in eating in such a way that we reduce the suffering of all beings. Let's not contribute to suffering, and may we heal our precious planet. May we accept this food to live with our brothers and sisters in harmony, our Sangha, to let our Sangha flourish, and to help all living beings.
Und nach der Vorlesen von der Betrachtungen über das Essen können wir
Thank
die
you.
Mahlzeit in Schweigen weiter genießen.
After reading the
Vielleicht
5 observations
10
of
bis 20
food,
Minuten.
we
Danach
can
können wir
enjoy
mit
our
den
meal in silence,
Tischnachbarn uns unterhalten.
maybe for 10 to
Und wir
20
können
minutes,
so unterhalten,
and
dass
after
wir
that,
wirklich beim Tisch nicht über negative
we
Sachen
can
sehen.
talk to our
Unsere Lehrer
neighbors,
sagte,
and we can talk
was
in a
wir
way
dann
that
während der
at
Mahlzeit
the table
essen,
we don't discuss
besprechen,
negative
ja,
things. Our
es ist
teacher
auch
used to say,
eine Nahrung. Wir nehmen das
what
auf.
we eat during the
Wenn wir
meals,
am Tisch über
and that
Corona-Situation reden,
the
dann
discussion
essen wir
is also a
gerade
kind of food.
Coronavirus in uns.
So when we are at the table, and if we talk about the corona
Sollen wir uns
situation,
auf die
then
Anwesenheit
we are
von
eating, we are feeding the coronavirus within us.
und kontemplieren
And if we
nicht
don't,
über das Essen,
then we are happy about the presence of others. So watch your food and contemplate, look deep
ja,
into
räumen wir
the
auf,
food you are having in your mouth and on your plate.
spülen unseren Geschirr,
And after
alles
breakfast,
mit Zärtlichkeit, mit
we clear the
Sanftheit.
table
Denn wir wissen, dass
and
jede
we wash the
Bewegung
dishes,
ist eine Massage,
and we do
Bewegung des
everything
Körpers
with
ist eine Massage für die
tenderness
Seele.
because we know that every movement
Samt,
is a massage
mach es sanft,
and
es wirklich mit Zärtlichkeit.
is a massage for our soul and our mind. So
Und
do this gently
dann den ganzen
and
Tag
do it with tenderness
müssen
and
uns
with all your love.
positive Sachen nähren,
And
weil wir genau
then
wissen, denn am Abend
the whole
werden
day
wir dann in unseren
we
Tagesbuch
have to
die
consume
Buch
positive things
aufschreiben,
because we know very well that in the
die
evening
Schönheit, das Glück,
we are going to
oder
write
am
into our journal,
was
our
wir im
diary, the
Leben
points
aufschreiben, dann achten wir so darauf, achten wir auf die Schönheit
which
der
made us happy
von
this
unserem
day.
Leben, die
We are
Glückmomente
writing
in unserem
down
Leben,
what happened to us,
feiern
and
dann
let's
und
make
gleichzeitig die
sure let's
Glückmomente in
make
unserem
sure that we
Leben.
focus on the happy moments and the beautiful things that happen to us in our life, and let's stay there for a moment,
Ohne Nahrung,
and let's
die
this
Lehre sagt,
happy
ohne
moments
Nahrung
penetrate
nichts
into our
überleben.
mind so that we can
Und Verzweiflung,
nourish ourselves.
Frustration und Enge
And without food, nothing can survive. This is what our
können durch
teacher
das, was wir
used to
lesen,
say. So
sehen,
frustration, anxiety, and anger
uns
can be
genervt werden.
eased by
Ebenso
what
können
we see and
unsere
hear and what we talk
Mitgefühl,
about.
unser
And no, they
Vertrauen,
can be
unsere
fed by
Dankbarkeit,
this,
unsere Freude,
okay, by what we
das
talk,
können auch
by what we
genährt
talk
werden.
about. But our
Das
compassion and
lassen wir
confidence
dann
and our
inspirieren,
gratitude and our
von
joy
Menschen,
and our
die
happiness can also be fed
gute
and
Stimmung
nourished.
haben, die Freude
And
haben.
therefore, let's
Lassen
be
uns
inspired by
inspirieren von
human
Liedern,
beings
von Musik, von
who are in a
Gesprächen,
good
die
mood
uns
and
stärken.
who are joyful. So
Und
let's be
bitte
inspired
auf
by
positive
books as
Sachen
well, by
am Leben,
music, by
auf
conversations
Schönheit
which
im Leben.
strengthen us.
Und versuchen wir, die
And let's
Liebe
focus
in
on
uns zu
positive
nähren.
things in life,
Versuchen wir
on the
jetzt
beauty of life.
unseren
And let's try
liebenden Menschen uns
to nourish and feed the love within us. And now we are trying to care for our loved ones around us. Normally, we go to work, we all go to different places. Maybe only we have the evening together, and often in the evening we are so tired that we are not able to focus on our partner in a concentrated manner. And now we have the opportunity to show our partners more consideration and to focus more on them. Let's not miss this opportunity. Let's revive the miracles and let's heal the miracles in our relationships. Maybe we have recently hurt or our partner or our children, and now we can make up for that, okay, to come to good terms with them by loving conversations, by deep listening. And such a thing will strengthen the good communication with our beloved ones, and we can do a beginning anew with them. And Sister Binyam will introduce you to this activity then later. Living together is difficult. We all know this, but if we really have the practice, if we are really mindful, if we practice in a mindful manner, if considering our conversations, our activities on concerning what we say and our thoughts, then it is possible to live in harmony and love with those around us. And at 9 o'clock we are going to have an activity program for children from 9 to 10, and from 10 o'clock there will be a Dharma talk for the grown-ups, and at 2 p.m. there is going to be deep relaxation, and at 4 p.m. there will be a Dharma exchange. The Dharma exchange, the brothers and sisters in the Dharma exchange groups, they will explain to you how this will be done when we do a Dharma exchange. And to summarize as a conclusion, I would like to say that the whole crisis, and also this corona crisis, if we hold our hands together as communion, if we do something together, we can overcome this crisis together. Maybe the coronavirus has not come to us yet, but if we don't practice, if we still feel so much anger and frustration and anxiety within us, and this virus of anxiety, of frustration, of anger, this virus can impede our health. And I would like to read an excerpt of the book The Small Prince of Antoine de Saint-Exupéry to you. I would like to quote something from that book to you, for you. The question, the prince asks the rose, "Are you afraid of death?" And the rose answers, "But no, I have lived, I have been in blossom, I have used all my power as much as I could, and I have offered so much love thousands and thousands of times, and love returns to the person which has given it, and so I'm going to wait for the new life, for my new life, and I will seed without fear." And we should live the same way. The time that we have, we live in full blossom, and we are offering our life and our blossom to others, and first we are offering our blossom and our beauty to ourselves and then to others. And this is how we want to live. Be in blossom, offer love to ourselves and to others, and we should also be a present and a gift to the world. So live that you are a present to the world, and we would like to thank you, and we hope that we are going to have a wonderful retreat together, and we would like to practice these 4 days together, so that at the end of the retreat we will be a new person, full of confidence, full of equanimity, confidence, so that we can overcome this crisis. Thank you very much.
Und wir drehen uns zu der Natur und wir verbeugen uns vor der Natur.